Good morning, everyone. Today we are taking a new topic, that is renaming. As we all know that in a data frame, all the column labels are known as column names, whereas all the row labels are known as indexes or indices. Now, if I want to change or rename a column or a row label, then what I need to do? So let us see over here. I have created a dictionary with info. Then I have created the data frame name data. Now I don't want to change my previous data frame. So here I am using or creating a new data frame, that is and data. Now I want to rename the columns in my data frame as well as my row labels. So for that I'm having a function rename in pandas. In function I'm using columns for changing the column names, and in that I'm taking a dictionary where I'm giving the old column name and then the new column. It's not compulsion that you can rename or change a single column at a time, but you can take many columns or the multiple columns at the same time. For example, you can see over here, for changing or renaming the index, I'm taking many rows or multiple rows for changing the index at the same time. So here you can see in our old data frame, my column name is name, whereas in my new data frame, my column name is sname. In my old data frame, I'm having row labels as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Now in my new data frame, I'm having the row labels as 2, 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, all the data that I have given in the dictionary in my rename function. So this is how renaming of a column or an index is done. Now we are moving on towards our next topic, and this is also most important topic in our chapter, that is handling missing values. So why we need to handle missing values, or what are missing values? For suppose you are having a large data sets, you can take the example of data set from a company. Then we are in that company, they are having many employees in lakhs or thousands. Now, for suppose you are having a data of weather forecasting for a particular city, for a particular state, for a country, to measure the weather conditions. For suppose you are having other satellite data, which is also in the large data sets. For suppose you are having the hospital data for the patient records. So these are various examples of the large data sets that we are having. Now, in the large data sets, there are various possibilities that we are having not filled values, which are also known as NA values, or such as null or NaN, that are we called also missing values. Why they are missing values? Because those values can't contribute in any computation. Okay, missing values are those values that cannot contribute in any computation. For suppose we are having temperature of certain cities, but for few cities the temperature is not recorded, or the humidity or the other things haven't recorded. So these are considered as a missing values. Let us take another example. We are having various colleges in our city, and we want to give them the ranking on the basis of parameters like infrastructure, faculty, research, placements, etc. And we are giving the ranking on the parameters on the basis of their work in last 10 years. Now what if we are having new colleges in last 4 years or 3 years or 5 years? They are not having any placements, so they create the missing values, or we are not having any values over there, so it creates or leads to the null or NaN values. Now why there is a need to handle NaN values or the missing value? If we are not handling the missing values, then it will affect the overall result, and it will create the inaccurate inference. Why inaccurate inference? For suppose you want to take or you want to make the risk analysis for creating a software. So what if you are having an NaN value? Then is your risk analysis correct? Now let us take another example in financial banking sector. If you are not having particular details of a term deposit, or of you want to take a portfolio, you want to make a stock or investment there, then what if you are not having complete details of that stock? Then you are not able to include your inference or to make your inference. So it results in the inaccurate inference. So making the inference accurate or results a prediction of data, we need to handle the missing data. Now we are having two ways to handle the missing data. Either we can drop the missing data or we can fill the missing data with some values based on our inferences. I'm having a CSV file over here. So you can see I'm recording temperature for some cities. So first I'm having city names, then the temperature, after that rain is there on that day or not, then wind and the humidity. Now you can see over here we are having certain missing values or the not filled data over here. I think it's visible to all of you. I'm highlighting it. Now I'm converting my CSV file to a data frame. So as we all know that in Pandas we are having the facility of creating NaN values. If we are having a blank in a CSV file, Pandas automatically created as NaN values. Now for creating my data frame, I'm using the command .read CSV for importing the CSV file to create my data frame. After that, I don't want to use the index or the by default index that is provided by the data frame. So I'm setting my index to city. Okay, I'm taking my city column as my row indexes. For this, I used a function set index. Okay, that means the data frame I'm creating in this, I have to say places my city column as my index. So here you can see that city we are having as index, rest column names are temperature, rain, wind and humidity. So you can see the column, the cells that I've highlighted over here which are not having any values, we are having NaN at place of those missing values. That means not a number or null values, right? So in this way we have created our CSV, we have created our data frame from our CSV file. Now we are moving towards our first step, which is detecting or filtering the NaN values or null values. So the command is here. You have to first write your data frame name, which is df in my case, and then you have to write the function name as is null. It will check whether the value is null or not. So you can see over here where the value is not null, it is giving us false. Where the value is null, it is giving us the value as true. That means the value here is null. Okay, we are having missing values over here. Okay, so we have completed the first step till now. Now we are moving on to our next step, that is dropping the NaN values or dropping the missing values. So the first function is drop NA. By this function we can drop the missing values or not a number values. Okay, if we are using it directly as df drop NA, I'm creating a data frame ndf and I'm using the drop NA function. Okay, so it is creating my all the rows with the NaN values. Okay, so we are having, you can see over here, we are having approx 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 rows with NaN value. So it is dropping all the 7 rows with NaN values. It is giving me only those rows which are not having of NaN value. Now this is the first method, that drop all the rows with NaN values. Next method is, if we want to drop only those rows which are having complete NaN values. For suppose I'm having a city name over here which are not recorded with any value, that is not temperature, neither rain, wind or humidity. So here we can use the argument is how all. Okay, we have to write how all. All means dropping only those rows which are having all NaN values. Okay, next one we are having as if we want to drop the missing values in a column. If a column is having any missing value or any NaN value, then it will drop it. Then we have to write access is equal to 1 with drop NA. Okay, we have to write access is equal to 1. Access is equal to means 1 means we are doing work on columns. So you can see over here, in every column we are having an NaN value. In humidity we are having, in wind we are having, in rain we are having, same case in temperature we are having. Only city is the one column in which we are not having any NaN value. So it is only giving us the city names. Till now we have understand if you want to drop the NaN values, that we are having the function drop NA which directly drop the rows or columns. Now what if we don't want to drop the rows completely? We want to infer the data from it, because if we continuously drop the rows, having NaN values or single NaN value or double NaN values, then it will not result in accurate analysis. Then we are having another functionality, that is the missing values or filling missing values. In this we fill the values. So first we are having the first option is fill NA, then giving the integer, which will fill all the NaN values with the given particular value. So here you can see that I am writing my data frame name df dot fill NA 0. So I am filling my NA values with 0. So wherever it will see the NaN value, it will fill it with 0. So you can see over here humidity is 0 in Puri. Same case here in Kurg and Surat. Humidity is 0 because we are having NaN values over there. In Nainital, rain is 0. Same case in Surat and Indore, temperature is 0. And in Nainital, we are having wind also 0. So it creates fill all the NaN values with 0. Now what if I don't want to fill every value with the same, every column or every missing value with the same value? In rain I am not having any 0 value, I am having either yes or no. Okay, so what we want to do next, if I want to change the values, so we are having the next option as with dictionary. Okay, here we are providing the dictionary for every column to fill the particular values. So you can see over here our function name is fill NA. Then in temperature I want to put the temperature as 0. In rain I want to fill it as NA. In wind I want to fill it as with a minimum value 25, and in humidity I want to fill the value as 5. So you can see over here, so it is filled with 5. Same case with Gurugram, we are having 5, and Kurg, Surat also. Now wind, we are having the 25. So you can see over here, Nainital we are having 25. In rain we fill with NA. So in Nainital we are having rain as NA. And in Surat and Indore we are having temperature as 0. So with creation of dictionaries, we can fill missing values to a particular type or children. In our today's class, we learned about renaming a column or an index name by using the rename function. Then we came to understand what are the missing values, why to handle the missing values, and ways to handle the missing values, which are having two ways, dropping and filling. So first I have converted my CSV file to my data frame for representing the NaN values. Then I detect by using Null function whether my data frame is having NaN values or not. After that we use the drop NA function for dropping the missing values. First we drop the complete rows if anyone is there having the NaN values. Next we understand how to drop only those rows which are having all the NaN values, or you can say that which we are not having any data about. Next we understand how to drop NaN values in a column or the complete columns which are having the NaN values. After that we understand if we are don't want to drop the complete rows or column, then how we are able to make the accurate inference. Then we are having the filling missing NaN values by function fill NA. After that we can fill with a particular number, or you can fill different values for different columns by use of dictionary. We are having more accurate methods for doing that, like interpolate or fill backward or forward, but these are not in a syllabus, so we are not covering those methods. Thank you.